So we just said the agenda was we're going to talk about Pride celebration virtually. So we didn't really have items, but we can go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking, if we're waiting for Chi-Chi, we can at least, cover what we want to talk about, right? What are the issues that we want to talk about?
Yes.
So
go ahead. I'm going to write down, okay?
Oh, okay, great. You're so good at it. So, I mean, I think one thing would be the grant, right? Like, are we going to use the grant or are we going to delay it? Because they said we can delay for until next year if we want to. So that would be one topic. And then, because we were talking about having the virtual concert was, one idea.
Right.
If we had to use the money. But since we don't have to use the money, we might, decide not to use it for that.
Okay.
As far as that, like last month, I thought it was a great idea, but at least I'm speaking for myself. I'm Zoom out. Like, I don't care who's speaking. I've been so much, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's for you the same. And it's great, but it's been so intense that I'm not sure people want to sign up for that right now.
Yeah, I think that myself. I mean, honestly, so this is going to sound a little rude, right? But for this purpose, I don't think a virtual concert is that interesting, right? You can just watch a bunch of crap on YouTube if you want music or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think people is going to sign up.
Yeah.
I am just looking up to see Maria's email. She talked with the person.
Oh, she did?
Yes, Alistair Mook. Okay, and he would just to say that he would be happy to do some kind of virtual concert for Pride Month. Well, do we want to talk about it now, or do we want to do an agenda first?
Okay, well, let's do an agenda. So we have
Alistair Mook is his name. All right, so he's on it.
Yeah.
I think that we have to talk about the flag.
The flag.
And what we want to do with that.
Yes, that's important. Yeah.
And then I guess a calendar of events.
Yeah.
For June, what is to happen with that?
Yeah. And then if we're going to do any kind of outreach sort of thing, not like outreach, but like publicity around it, or we talked about the flags, not the flagpole flags, but the smaller flags around, or flags or lawn signs or whatever. So what we think about that kind of thing, that we would use sort of our own resources on, right? Not the grant money, but our own money on.
I like that part. Well, it's the agenda. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's put the flag, publicity, flags, use our funds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we talked about, pulling together some, or utilizing some resources to share on the Facebook page and on the website, sort of Pride related, further reading kinds of things.
Okay.
And someone said there was some had been compiled already. I don't remember, or I think Jen had said that we had something. We were going to maybe talk to the library, but I bet they're not going to be open. They could probably help with a virtual list, but they won't, be open to.
Oh, they would. I think that they would be. They're sending out stuff left and right.
I'm writing Chi-Chi, sending her the link.
Okay.
But keep talking. I am.
Yeah, we can talk about. Why don't we put that on the list then?
Yeah. Here she comes.
Is she?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Sorry, folks.
Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry.
Hi, Chi-Chi.
We're just finishing up supper and I totally forgot, sorry.
Oh,
It's because It's because of the long days that happened to me too. I was outside and I was like, oh my God, what if it's like 7:30? It was 6:20, but because I was in the yard.
Yep. Don't know. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I
Okay.
thought you were just putting things about Hannah, posting about Hannah again. Fabulous Hannah.
Yes, that's my Hannah.
Yep.
She's a good girl. She misses school, misses her teachers.
Yep. Doesn't miss, me, but that's okay. Shit. It's just the four of us, right? We don't have any public people
No.
on here? Okay.
They could be, but they didn't come.
All righty.
No one has come.
All righty.
No.
Good. Okay.
Okay, so the last thing I wrote down was publicity, flag, use our funds. You said something else right after.
Well, I'm talking about the library or the, sort of a resource list, that kind of thing, a reading list.
Okay.
Peachy, we were just putting together an agenda. So
Yeah.
that's as far as we got, was just assembling an agenda.
Okay. What is the, are you guys all hearing that background noise?
Peanut's house.
Yeah.
That's Pina's house.
I can go upset way here. Yeah.
Oh, hello, Nicola. How are you? It's nice to see you.
She's graduating tomorrow.
Not really.
Well,
She's commissioning tomorrow.
awesome. Congratulations.
Okay, can you be done now? Just, apparently my house is the
Is this
loudest.
the Human Rights Commission?
Yeah, this is the subcommittee for Pride. Go away, please.
Pride, happy, well, not yet, but soon
Okay,
it'll be
all right, go
Pride.
ahead.
Happy almost Pride.
Okay. People.
Nikki, it didn't change. The name didn't change on there.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good.
Bye-bye,
That might mean I need to
people.
change it again for tomorrow.
I love you all. Thank
I don't know
you.
what's over.
Yeah. Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Mhm. Okay.
You have an exciting life, Peanut.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I do have an exciting life. Yeah.
Turtlet. Turtlet.
Okay, so Isabel, do you want to review the agenda that we put together? So
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you.
So we have, I can share. Okay. So we have the grant money. We have to, Maria already reached out, but we have to decide if we want to go, especially now that we have the funds. We need to talk about the flag because that's kind of like the most visible thing we need to do.
Mhm.
Anyway, we have to talk about that. We have to talk the calendar of events, what we want to publish on Facebook, what we want to do, what we want to support. Publicity, the little flags, if we want to go ahead and do that. And then library and resources. That's what we have.
Okay.
All right, let's
Okay.
go.
that's good.
So let's talk about number one. Do we want to pursue with this? Or since we know that we can use the funds, we have a year, up to a year to use it, right?
Yeah, I think it
Say
says,
hi and
I
then.
think we have to let Caroline know that that's what we intend to do. But if we let her know, I think then it's okay to delay use.
Okay.
I think that isn't that what the letter said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you guys, what's your opinion?
Well, let's decide it at the end of the meeting.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, my initial preference would be to delay, right? Like we said, that we're kind of zoomed out. But then Maria already talked to this guy, so I kind of feel bad if he's thinking, but I don't want to spend money that it's not going to reach people either.
Yeah.
Do we know if there's any possibility of getting a grant, another grant next year?
Well, yeah, that's a good question because I was trying to think, every year you have to apply for the money. And then you apply in October, I think it is. And then you're here in January. So how will this impact?
Right.
the monies then.
Yeah, so if we don't use it, will they not, consider us for next year, for another opportunity? Or would they let us have another opportunity and have potentially, twice the money, two grants to use in the same year? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm actually thinking, because there is gonna be cuts everywhere, that money is not, that's not even up to them. It's
Yeah.
there's gonna be so much cuts that these are the first things that go away. So
Isabel, this is less money than last year, right? Because last year we got 750.
yeah,
Is it 750? Yeah, so this
Yeah.
is 550.
Okay, so maybe that's not something we really need to worry about.
I mean,
Right.
another thought, a thought that I would have about that is if we decide to delay use of the funds for a year and plan to use them for next Pride, right? That wouldn't prevent us from making an application for some 2021 funds for something else, right? It wouldn't have to be like we double our Pride money. We could use it. We could decide that we want to hold an event that covers another topic, right? That would
Okay.
that we could use some funds for, because we've talked about a lot of things that we want to do, and it might be nice actually to say, we have we're a multifaceted group, right?
Right.
That we try to support different aspects of human rights.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and if that's the case, then, I can't really imagine us using it this year, or how we might use it this year. And I think it'd be so much better spent next year.
Right. Well, the way we were talked about using them was to have like an online concert, right? So Alistair Mook, Maria had talked about doing an online concert, and so the complication is she's already been in touch with him, and he said that he would be willing to do it. We haven't contracted with him. But he said he'd be willing to do it.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
we can consider him for next year, if he's good, and
Yeah.
because that's what we can do. I mean,
Right.
I just don't think people are gonna be watching a local, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
He is. I'll just read you what Maria wrote. He performed at Melrose Pride last year and said that he and one of his daughters who identifies as LGBTQ would probably join him and read a poem or two. His other daughter sings with him, so it's a family affair. Let me know if you want to connect with him directly, and I can give you his phone number to him. Also, I know the grant is between $500 and $600, but I told him we would pay $600.
Okay.
So, and that would be for a Zoom session, right?
Yes. A Zoom
Yeah.
sing-along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not loving that. Really, not loving the thought of that.
You, Pina?
I don't get dressed up these days. You see what I'm wearing, so yeah. I don't have to get dressed up, so it's kind of cool.
But do you think we want to spend $600 for people to
do it? I don't know who would participate. I mean, I guess in some ways I feel like we should see what else we come up with, and then let's look at our other ideas and how we want, if we're talking about filling a month's worth of activities and events before we completely throw them out. Let's see what else we have.
Sure.
Okay.
Not that he's high in the priority list, but desperate times. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, it is something. I mean, God knows if you were offering his services for free, I wouldn't even hesitate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely. Sing, baby, sing.
Yeah, but anyway, okay.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Okay. So the flag, we have to petition, right? And for a permission, but Pina told me today that we don't have the flag. We reached out to Frankie several times. I mean, Pina did, and pick up twice or drop it off, and Frankie has not responded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out tonight. I live very close to Frankie. Like I kind of like, if he's there, I can go say I go pick it up. My only fear is that like he has no idea where it is. Like he lost it. Because what else is he not gonna respond to Pina? It's not like he is on Facebook, because sadly we all know that who's alive, so he's alive.
And not wearing many clothes.
True. That too.
Well, we certainly need to know one way or another sooner rather than later.
I think part of it, my worry is that we have to, we have an application. There's such a political process to this all. Like there's an application, Isabel, that is probably going to have to be completed by you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And then that has to go to Steve Mayo. So that's someone you have to be nice to. And then that has to go on the agenda for town council to.
When is the next one?
I think it's this Monday.
Okay.
But Steve has to put that on their agenda. So, I mean, if he's grumpy, he will not put it on Monday's agenda for his town manager's report or, his time.
We can't like go through Jonathan or Maureen.
That's not what he said in his email to me. And then it's like under his domain, I guess. And then the other piece about it is that they will, although we should talk to Maureen and Julie and Jonathan, because when they came up with the flag policy last year, they said on it that the only way that you can put your flags up at the civics at the Maricol was that you can have an event there. And that was Paul Donaco, who was against us. He was the one person who voted against us doing this, because he said, oh, then his reasoning was, not that he's against the flags. No. But it was because then anybody would want to put them up.
Yeah, it was silly. It was like, what if the neo-Nazis want a flag? It's like,
those gay neo-Nazis, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But so you have to have an event to put up a flag, but this year you can't have events. So are they going to say no to us? But if we don't have the flags.
But what if like Chichi is the one that suggested that our event is the raising of the flag?
Yeah.
But then does it mean that we have to pay in the Miracle? I have no idea.
Well, it didn't cost that much, did it? Again, I asked that last
But
time.
it's at least like 150.
Yeah.
I don't think we were charged.
Yeah.
We weren't charged. Were we charged even?
That would be stupid. We're a town commission. How can
because we're a town commission.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but also, you wouldn't have been charged because, well, I mean, maybe as a town commission, but also you were having the other event there. You were actually having an event there, the Taste of Pride.
Oh, yeah.
I think because we're a town commission, we weren't charged the rental fee of the hall space.
Okay, that's great. But so if the question's asked, yes, we are having an event, and it's the flag raising event.
Yeah. Well, the other problem is that can we even have a flag raising event?
Because no events are being had. Period.
Well, because you can't have more than 10 people gathered.
But it could be the four of us. We can do 6 feet.
Mhm.
Well, yeah,
Only
but
4.
do we know that that's going to be the case I mean, I think you can have more than 10 people if you're outdoors and you're distancing.
No, it's 10 because it's considered a social gathering.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can check it out. I think Isabel is correct. I mean, we can find out by June what's going to happen. Maybe in June it's going to be different, but it is. But we have to have the flags. If we don't have the flags,
Well, we can buy a flag. It's not that hard to buy a flag.
well, that's the other thing. Do we have?
And
Are
then
we going to
we
need to
can
buy
get
a flag?
Well,
And
that's
then
up to Frankie.
And then we can get the right size because this one wasn't, right?
Yeah,
Or did
there's some
Frankie got
issue.
2 flags last year?
I don't know.
Because the flag that the pole is really small and the flag cannot be bigger than the one from the US, something like that.
Yeah. It has to be smaller than the US flag, but we could find that out. I mean, in the application, you know, the way it could be is when you make the application, you could say what size flag is the appropriate.
Okay.
You know, what's the appropriate size flag?
So,
to have.
do you want me to reach to Steve Mayo or you want me to reach to the councilors right now first? Because he's not the one deciding. He's doing the agenda, but he's not the one.
There's an application. I think we have to see first, I guess, fill out the application and go through that process.
Is there an actual form?
Yes.
Should I reach out to Sherry?
I can send you, no, I have the form already and I can just
Okay.
email it to you right now because Steve sent it to me.
Okay.
I mean, another option, if, you know, so the Civic Center is fine. And the reason it was at the Civic Center was because that's where the event was happening. I mean, you could be kind of bolder and ask about having it at Town Hall, right? I mean, they have a flagpole at Town Hall too. And then you don't have to deal with the Civic Center situation.
Yeah. Why not?
They would probably have a fit if you did it on the common, you know, since it's the Veterans Common and people would, you know, it's probably not worth it to go down that road.
Yeah. I think that, yeah, apparently, let me see what it says.
I think it's significantly more visible at the Civic Center, though, than at Town Hall.
Yeah, they were definitely anti town hall, and I don't remember what it was, but
because we tried last year with the town hall and
Okay.
so yeah, I can fill out the form, reach out, ask
Okay.
if it could be in downtown hall. I can take care of that. And then like I just wrote Frankie and if he doesn't answer me, I can call him tomorrow morning or actually later after the meeting. And if he lost
Okay.
the flag, yeah, we can buy one.
that might be how we spend the money that we have in the budget. I mean, unfortunately, maybe that.
What is the range for a flag? I can't be that expensive. I don't think so.
Probably $50 to $100, something like that.
Yeah, because when I bought a US flag for Nico, it was around 50.
Yeah.
Hey, Nico.
Gosh, you just heard his name. Then they listen,
say
you
hi?
know, they come running. Hi, Nico.
This is the Human Rights
You know
Commission.
me.
Is this all of them?
No, only the Pride subcommittee.
The what?
Pride, the celebration of Pride, the month of Pride. Okay.
Well, why aren't there so many people? Like
Because
there's
this is a subcommission. Okay.
a subcommission. How many? Only the most important people?
No.
That's right.
You know it.
Exactly.
Oh, he can't hear
My
you.
boy.
Oh,
I can hear you now.
Hi,
You're a smart
Nico.
boy.
Hi.
How can you not know me, Nico? What's the
I
word?
know you. You're Pina.
And that's Reverend Cadwell. And that's Chichi.
Chi-Chi.
Okay.
Hi, Nico.
Okay.
Okay, time to start asking questions to Nico about math and reading. What did you read today?
It sounds like my mom is pinching her nose right now.
Bye.
I want more.
Okay.
I want more.
Bye bye. Ask your dad. Why is that they ask us for food if even if I am like in a different room?
Yeah.
Bye.
I know where to find the person with the food.
Yeah, but seriously. He's right there.
Doesn't change. It doesn't change.
Nope.
I don't think it does.
Nope.
Doesn't change. Okay.
Okay, so let's do the application. I have to do that quick if the meeting is Monday
Yeah.
because I think they have to publish that agenda tomorrow.
Do they only meet once a month? As in
Twice.
twice a month? So they'll meet a second time in May at least?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you
well,
want me to reach out to Marine? Is it a good idea or not?
I would. It's a good idea just to say that we're trying to get this on the agenda so that she knows anyway.
yeah, just a heads up. Won't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's our
And let
liaison.
Maria
so-
know first.
Right.
Yeah. But let Maria know first that that's what you're going to do. So Maria knows. So Maria just is keyed into this.
Okay. Okay, that works. So plan A is get the stuff from Frankie. Plan B is we buy a flag. And before
Yeah.
Nico came, I remember I bought a nice US flag for around 50.
I think that's about what they cost. It might be, depending, but yeah.
Again, I thought I heard that it's really important though that we make sure that it's a flag that you can raise, right, as opposed to one that just hangs on a pole.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna write it out. Okay. Okay. So what else were we gonna do for events in the month? One thing I was thinking, and this costs zero money, there are doing the Pride celebration virtually, in some places. I don't know Boston. I heard of Toronto or some places they're trying to do, I don't know, with all pictures or with like actual concerts, but we could advertise those. I think that's kind of fun.
So advertise what other cities are doing so that people can
yeah,
join.
and some of
Yeah.
the big prides like Toronto is going virtual. So we can advertise those. And in that, like get into the festive mode in that way. It will be good to be in a festive mode in nowadays, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
that's a great idea.
What else?
Yeah, well, some of the other things we talked about, I think, were certainly at least putting out some book recommendations, children's books primarily, maybe even reading them.
Oh, yeah.
Pride related, obviously. And we also talked about daily, weekly, whatever, bits and pieces of LGBTQ history, famous LGBTQ folks, that kind of thing. I don't know. Do we still want to do those things?
Yes. I think we have to be visible, and again, I think festive a little bit. Not necessarily like, I don't know, like forgetting what is very important right now, but just cheering people up and making this community of, of LGBTQ and ally people connected,
I think like the idea that we can, like if there was, to make us unique and different and special, like if there was a children's book that we found that someone could read it in English, and then maybe another night someone could read it in, someone we happen to know could read it in Spanish. And then, someone could read it like in a different language. Like that would be great, because that makes us,
This is relevant.
I wonder if now that you
unique.
said it, we can get Christina to read it in Creole. That is so underrepresented,
That would be,
and it will be
yeah,
so nice.
that would be awesome.
And it will be the last thing she does for us, which it will be nice,
Yeah,
It will be a nice way to put her out there.
yeah, that would be great.
So would we be talking about just doing that once or more than once? One book or more than one book?
Yeah.
Well, I would think more than one book, but they're not necessarily all translated into
Yeah, that was my
several
concern.
languages.
Right.
So,
Well, we would have to do some translating.
yeah.
Which
That's
is
a
not
lot
so,
of work.
yeah, it's not
That's
so
short books. If we got, are they short books? Are they short gay books?
I
For little
actually-
kids.
That's
Gigi,
interesting.
I'm looking at you because I know you've been looking this up.
Yeah.
I have been. I'd need to look some more, think with that in mind. I wasn't really thinking about that. But I definitely did do some research, and, there's probably a dozen books or so that I would, have you guys have a look at and potentially and see if we liked any of those or what. But I think one a week would be nice, maybe, for a total of 4. I think that might be awesome.
Since we never spend the money in the budget, the money Maureen helped us, and children's books are not expensive, are in the $10 range. Can we raffle to the people that come that same book we're reading and send it? It's little money. It's $10 plus shipping.
Idea.
And
Yeah.
in that way, the book that we're reading, we can raffle it. We're talking about $40, $50 if we're gonna read 5 books.
Yep, that's a fabulous idea.
That's a great.
Oh, yeah.
For whomever wants to participate, or even if they want to sign up and not there, it kind of gets people excited to get something on the mail,
Absolutely.
Yep.
That would be fun.
So would we be reading it? Would it be like a Facebook thing, so that it could be the people who comment, that kind of thing?
Yes, it could be that. It could be the people that comment. Also, if they're not there, we can make it more open to sign up. I mean, I don't really know what's more effective. I don't know how many people are gonna be in a live reading versus the people that see it after. Maybe could be at the same of the day. If there are 4 weeks and we raffle 4 books, could be at the end of the day or the week.
At
So
the end of the
after
week,
reading,
4
because
books,
if we do it asynchronous, right? The book is read Monday, but somebody watches Thursday, we can let them participate and we raffle the book like on Friday.
Sure.
From
There we go,
anybody
yeah.
that I'm not sure, but I can investigate. We just put like a little survey or a little inscription, or whomever put a like. Facebook is easy as far as that.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
If people are excited, who doesn't want to get a book?
Yep.
Gigi, how's your book search going for kids?
Yeah, no, it's going great. I mean, I definitely did do some research. And I could, like I said, I'll get those together I'll look at them again and you
Yeah.
know,
Also, Chichi,
share some with you.
last year Nagli gave us a list of suggestions. Do you have that list? I don't have it. Do
I
you
don't
have it?
know. I just did it.
Oh,
I just Googled.
I'm gonna reach out to Jen. I know Jen had that list. They put together a compilation of books. So I will reach out to Jen, okay?
Yeah, I'm certain, you know, the lists are pretty much the same, you know, best LGBTQ books for kids, that kind of thing. Certainly in all my Google search, you know, it came up with, you know, the same dozen or so books through all the searches. So I would imagine there's quite a lot of overlap with Nagli's as well.
Yeah.
They were certainly very diverse. Okay. You know, there was a lot of diversity in them as far as culture and race and that sort of thing. So I was looking for that. And I think, you know, I think we could pick 4 really good books.
Can we have a young person, like, I mean, Hannah or somebody that I think it's always more impactful and meaningful when we let the people do the speaking.
Yeah.
True.
And Christina's a hit. I mean, she's always a hit.
Yeah, Christina, and then another young person.
Getting them to commit right now, it's just like, oh, well.
Well, I mean,
if we,
it's sort of, you know, nepotism and all, but I know Hannah would be willing. So
yeah, and she's such a good reader. I mean, she's very poised, and I think,
yeah, you know, and she considers herself genderqueer, non-binary, that whole, you know, sort of that whole thing. And she would absolutely love to. She certainly helped me research the books and all of that. So, you know, I'm good with volunteering her, but also if there are others, that's fine too.
I think she represents a lot of things, and she also has her own connections that are the people that will be her allies.
Yes, this is true.
You know.
Yep, that's true.
And this is word of mouth. I mean, look at my friend Christina. I mean, sorry, at my friend Hannah, and we get other people on Facebook that we usually don't get, another type of traffic, which is very nice.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we don't have young people. Christina is, for example, she's not even on Facebook. Her mom doesn't let her be.
Oh.
Her mom is really strict.
Oh, God. Oh, that's so nice.
That she's strict.
Those were the days.
And you're not?
I liked it at the end of the Martin Luther King celebration that their father told her, that Christina, that she had to go home and clean her room and her sister's room.
Oh, yeah?
Like, oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. Beat that. Yeah. I'm like, oh, there goes that. Yep. All right. So back to this. Okay.
So we have these candidates. We have Christina, Hannah. Can you think of another person?
I think in some ways, Isabel, I think that it would be good to also have you do it, because well, if we don't have another Spanish speaking person, that it would be good to have like a mom kind of do it in that role, because you can also spread the word through moms groups.
Yeah. It works.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's the people that will come to our Facebook page every once in a while, which is nice. It's friendly.
Yeah.
They're allies. I was thinking, do you remember last year that we met that mom that came to the Pride celebration? She got along, she talked with Frankie a lot because she had a kid that was gender questioning or coming out, and she wanted to be supportive. I think her name was Sharon. she was super nice. You don't remember her? She came to the Pride celebration. Then I know that she had dessert with Frankie and the ex-husband. Um, no, because she lived in Melrose, but the kid was coming out, and it was nice anyway. So no, never mind. You don't remember her. Mm,
I want to say yes, but I'm sorry.
I think I got to talk to her in the party, and for her, finding a community was big, big, big deal.
Yeah.
Because she was supportive, but at the same time, she wanted to, be connected. It's not that it was not that she wasn't accepting. She just wanted to be full on in support and be connected to other people that went through. So for her, it was very nice to be friends with Frankie and the husband. They had dinner with the kid too and everything.
Oh,
Yeah, that was nice.
very nice.
What about reaching out to the Boys and Girls Club? I mean, they were certainly, involved last year with the ice cream social, right? And that sort of thing.
Yep.
Let's see. That works. I wonder if you like right now in the Woodville, we have a new principal, and I don't know if you guys heard, you're in different schools, but he's been a hit with the kids, with the parents, with everybody. Like he's a young Canadian guy that he's just loved. Like they gave him the position after he was hired for 1 year. I think we can reach out to see if he wants to read. And he will be representing the school. He's a super popular guy right now at the Woodville.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
No problem
And
with
he
that.
will be represent, like the kids love him. The kids, the parents, the teachers, which is difficult to be loved by the three groups.
Absolutely.
His name is Matthew Carter. if we pursue with this idea, I can reach out. Like he's something else. He's fantastic.
Is he gay?
No, he's not. He's not. I know. Sorry.
Sorry, you've just lost my vote, to be honest.
It will be nice. I don't know if we have openly gay faculty. Do we?
Yeah, I mean, certainly at the high school. Well, yeah,
Because
I mean,
that will be better, honestly.
On the school committee. On the school committee there is.
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
And 40-year.
Is she?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I never know. Because I'm not thinking and I don't know.
Well, that's a good thought.
It's good and bad,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and 40 years is a good thought.
Yeah. Yeah, she's popular. I like that choice. I like that choice a lot. Actually, let's go in order, okay? So I think Hannah and Christina are up there.
Well,
And
no one's asked Christina, but
Huh?
no one's asked Christina.
True, but as far as what we want,
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, right. As far as what we want. Gotcha.
those are our choices. And then I didn't know that Anne, I have no idea, but I think I really like the idea of people doing their own speaking always. And then Isabel, and then like we can reach out to Matthew Carter if we want to go that way. Or if you could think about faculty that are gay. Or supportive too. I reached out one time to last year to the person in charge of the gay and to the alliance, right? And then I had a conversation as far as that with Deidre. Right?
Oh, Deirdre Beck, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I need to find that person, and she was like, myself being a gay person, I was never in that alliance. And I was like, why? And I wanted to know. She was openly out, but I was just curious. I was like, why? And she was like, it was just not even being a gay person a cool alliance to be in. Like I was in my own world, and I didn't want to participate. So it was kind of faculty led and not attractive to a junior or senior from the high school. That was what Deidre said.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but
that's another idea that, you know, if we wanted someone to do it, I think I can just be in touch with Deirdre. And,
yeah, that's great.
Have Deirdre come back from the West Coast.
Is she here?
No, but she's in Portland. But
yeah, I know.
You're kidding, right? We're not going to, she's not going to come just read a book. Right? Oh, no, she can do it from there. Duh.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. I'm all right. Okay.
And she's, because if we're going through populations, you know, like Hannah's young, Christina young, Deidre is young but out of college, so that's a different.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're just throwing out names right now, so some of them. Yeah. I mean, if she doesn't live in town anymore, but she's someone
still pretty connected.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think of other sort of town groups, like we started to talk about representing, basically, you know, so representing the schools. You know, again, there's the Boys and Girls Club, there's the police department, there's what else? What other groups?
We have a town councilor, Matthew, who's gay. Do you think he would read a book, Matthew? If his hair was good?
I don't know. Hard to say.
Sounds good to me. I think he'd be great.
Ed Dombrowski, we can put his name down and either Chi-Chi or Matthew can talk to him, I think. Yeah.
See, I'm finding out I never know anything, which is nice.
He might be at a Trump rally or something then.
He would love that, wouldn't he?
A good Trump rally?
No, reading. Would he really be at a Trump rally?
No, don't tell me it's true.
I mean, seriously, I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah, I know that, seriously? But he's not in the Trump rally.
He is a Republican. Yeah.
No, I know that because Nico had I can tell you because it's actually funny. Sorry to be off topic, but so it was Ed and Don Wong at I think it was Christmas. So I say hi and Nico asked me, and Nico is used to talk to you, Pina, or somebody like that. It's his crowd. So the first thing, you know,
Medford, trashy Medford.
So he was trying to be popular because it's like his crowd is you, and he was like, "So what do you think of the election?" And I was like,
"Oh."
I was like, "Oh boy." And he was like, because I certainly hope that the candidate, my mom's and mine candidate that it was Warren, win and not the other one. Who are you gonna vote for? And you know how Nico has no filter. And I was like, at that some point, I was like, anyway, but they're politicians and super nice, especially to kids. I actually like them a lot as people, as human beings. And they had the best answer. Like Don Wong was like, Nico, it's very important to listen to everyone. So I cannot tell you for whom I am going to vote. Okay? And Nico was like, oh yeah, that's good to hear. For certainly, I hope it's not for Trump, right? And I was like, okay, time to go before this goes bad. But I hope he's not in a rally. Being Republican is one thing, but being in a rally.
So wait a minute. So am I hearing? So because I know less than you, Isabel. I think. Am I hearing that Ed Dombrowski is gay and a Republican?
That's what you're hearing.
Okay, good. Just needed to clarify.
What's more shocking? No, I'm kidding.
You are 2 for 2, my friend.
Okie dokie.
Aren't you glad you're sitting down?
And you know what? There's not a lot that surprises me, Pina, anymore. But he would. Don't you think he would love that? Don't you think
Yes.
he would love to be asked to do that? I'm just saying.
Yeah, he would. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he really would.
I mean, and you know, we said one a well, yeah. Well, I think one a
And
week
he
is good.
and he has his followers. A lot of people will watch him,
Yes.
which
Oh
is good.
yes. Yeah. He does have followers.
And maybe we want, like we always talk, that we don't want to preach to the choir. We get somebody that is for Ed because of his politics,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets
right.
to hear this. I think this is very good.
Right.
Because if you think about Anne or even like Hannah or something, it's always gonna be people that were already allies. With Ed, you don't know, and that's how you reach out to people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Okay.
Good job, Peter. Aren't you glad you brought it up?
You know what? Sometimes, right, I do the right thing.
Uh-huh.
I'll do the right thing.
It just doesn't feel
Even-
right.
No, I'll do the right thing, but I know what the right thing is to do. I know what the right thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Always do.
I know what the right thing is. It's like, you know, visiting in-laws. I know what the right thing is. But
Yeah, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean it feels good.
no, it doesn't. No, I know what the right thing is.
Won't
Well,
be chair
like-
anymore.
Hmm?
We'll just point that out. He won't be chair anymore at that point.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Right. So this would be better. Yeah.
well, he's still gay though.
Yeah. Is his hair perfect?
Um,
And he's still a Republican. Yes.
So, all right, what do we think about having sort of the quote of the day, you know, or the piece of history per day or something like that? In which case, we could still get others to do those as well. You know, that just lengthens the, you know, the list of possible people, or you know.
You mean to say them? Like some days say them, and then some days record them, and some days to
I don't know
just
exactly
write them.
how, but get yeah, well, yeah, maybe some of each, but yeah, sort of get the quote out there, or the piece of history or whatever it is, and yeah, it would be nice actually if somebody did record it. I mean, potentially, maybe one book and one quote a week or something like that. Anyway,
Okay.
just
All right.
just going to allow us
No.
to potentially involve more people if we wanted, than,
Yeah.
you know, than just for the book readings. So that's all. I don't
Yeah.
care. They could just be, you know, statements as opposed to recordings or whatever, if that's what we want. It doesn't really matter to me.
And in that way, for little things, I'm thinking about people that are cooperative. Like I was thinking, like Gen kids, that they're outspoken. They can read a little thing, a little quote, and then we have little kids participating, things like that.
Yep.
Now we get a little bit of cuteness there.
That's good.
Yep, cuteness is always good.
It
Goes
is.
yeah, cuteness goes
And
a
it's
long way.
and also because when the way Jen raises her kids, and they have a lot to say about it, and they're gonna be excited. My kids are raised that way, but they're unable to read a quote in a serious face for something like that. So I just don't volunteer them for that. Nick was ready to do human rights, the one that you change yourself to a tree or something like that. That's his way of. That's what he thought I was gonna do in human rights when I told him he's gonna go to protests or something like that when he's older.
Matthew, you had talked about doing a day of like focusing more on religion and what readings were out there for that talked about like religion and
Yeah.
the overlap.
Right. I mean, there's a ton of literature on sort of, queer theology or also, which might be a little advanced, for a lot of people, but there's also like just sort of understanding the Bible or whatever from a a gay positive perspective, that kind of thing, which might be really useful for people if that's a thing they're struggling with, or that they have family members who are struggling with it, to have some some resources as far as that goes.
We need a draft of like a calendar and start filling in the calendar. Yeah.
So what
ahead.
about, one kid thing, one kid-centered thing, reading kids' books, one adult-centered thing, a week.
Yeah.
And again, the quote of the week or whatever. So resources, gay positive resources around religion, what might be some other adult oriented things?
Well, I think adult books would also be helpful. Just about, whether it be about
Right, and that's what Matthew was talking about, right?
Yeah.
So
that aren't religious
related.
focused, maybe, but just
Right, so we have books that are religious focused, and then some books that are focused on something else.
yeah,
Like what?
being
Do we
supportive to
want
your
to do
heart.
every
yeah.
day or what?
Not necessarily. I mean, I think that would be a lot. You don't want to overwhelm.
Yeah,
I think a few things is good.
yeah. We don't have to do, so
No.
it starts on Monday the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to pick a day?
Well, I think
or
your dates
two?
are off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, because you don't have
You
the
don't have any
weekends on.
there, but
Are we doing the weekends? Oh, yeah.
Well, if we know that
So
there
Monday-
is a Pride event in Toronto that we want to put on there.
So we could have an adult book selection on history,
Mhm.
right.
LGBTQ history.
Being supportive to your child. How's that?
I like that one.
Yep.
And then, I mean, for that one,
That last row is off again, Isabel.
yeah. June is only 30 days, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys want to do the readings on Fridays or Monday?
I'd say Mondays, and then you have a whole week to look at them.
Okay. So we have a reading. Are we gonna alternate kid? Well, there is like hopefully diversity there, right?
Yeah. So a children's book every Monday, like Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all gonna be children? Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's a children's book. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 5. It's actually 5 weeks, 5 Mondays.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
That would be popular. Yeah.
That's great. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay. When do we want to do the quotes? Do we want to pick like a day of the week?
I think Wednesdays are good for quotes.
Yeah. Wednesday wisdom.
Wednesday wisdom. That's what we'll call it. Chi-chi.
Good one.
Too funny.
Chi-chi.
I know, it's brilliant, right? Seriously.
So deep, baby. Stay wisdom.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Tuesday now. Thursday's going to be tough for you. Friday fun? Yeah.
Chichi, any fun name for the children's reading?
No, Monday Kids Corner.
Yeah.
With that. Corner with a K.
There you go.
Okay. Perfect. What else we want?
Well, then I think you find out when, like, if you're going to promote Toronto Pride,
Yeah.
when that happens. I've marched in the Toronto Pride Parade, by the way. There are pictures of me online doing so.
Oh my gosh, that's what we need to advertise it.
What?
Just you.
What is
Just
that?
me.
Going down the street. No. What did you wear?
I
Shorts.
was wearing a clergy shirt with a clergy collar and a Human Rights Campaign hat. And I was holding up the sign for the Proud Anglicans banner. I was marching next to the retired Archbishop of Toronto.
Awesome.
That's our picture to advertise.
That is our picture.
I don't think so.
I don't see why not, but okay.
It was a long time ago.
Yes, and
I don't think it would appeal. I think it has a very limited appeal. Let's put it that way.
I'm so disappointed you weren't wearing shorts.
I was, but you can't see them. I was wearing shorts. They were fairly short, but you can't see them because the banner is in the way.
Oh, so we'll just have to use our imagination.
There you go.
Oh, it is Monday. Could it be that date is Monday, June 1st? No. For Toronto Pride?
Oh.
Really? The parade? Oh. Let's see. Oh. Anyway, sorry, I was distracted. Sorry. We can figure it out.
What do you have back?
Okay. No,
So I found online a fabulous kids book. Unfortunately, it's going to have it's too long, and it's going to have limited appeal. Unfortunately, but
why?
What is it?
It's in Swedish. But it's called well, in Swedish it's called Prinsen och Pojken, but it's The Prince and the Boy, and it's about a prince who lives in a big castle and a boy who lives in a little cottage in the big woods, and they both have a wish to find their sort of heart friend. And
I think it's translated.
What's that?
Is it new? Because there was a similar book translated.
Well, maybe it's been translated into English. I don't know.
Because
from 2013 in Swedish, it says.
It caused a big deal here because the teacher read it somewhere in the US. And the parents were, if it's the same book, they were furious. They were absolutely furious because it was indoctrination, and how dare she doing that? It was.
It looks like a really
no. I think it's great to do it.
Matthew, what was it called again?
Well, I think in Swedish it's the Prince and the Poiken, the prince and the boy is what it's called. It is how you would translate it into English, is the prince and the boy.
No, it's just I have one on my list called Prince and Knight. I was just curious.
Maybe. But I don't think so, because it's not really about a knight. It's about a prince who lives in a castle and a boy who lives in a little cottage. But who knows? Maybe that's how they translate it.
Is it The Prince and the Whipping Boy?
No.
Because that's a book. That's a book. That's a book.
All right.
Not this book.
It's still
Well, that's a different book. Oh, I'm looking at. I saw it. That's
Yeah,
a
me
different
too.
book. See, Isabel and I are on the same page, honey. We'll look at
I
that
don't
book
think,
later.
yeah, I was like, that's
Isabel.
not that one.
Yeah, we'll check that book out later. You and yeah.
Yeah. And the Princess Boy also is not the one we're looking for.
So actually, there's a really cute one though called Sparkle Boy.
Oh.
Sparkle Boy was definitely highly recommended. Also, Julian is a Mermaid. Got 511 5-star reviews on Amazon.
Oh.
Yep. And then what else? There's a number of them. The Different Dragon. One called The Boy and the Bindi, which.
Hey.
The boy wanted to wear the bindi, and his mom.
Greenwood School.
Mom let him. Yep. So there's a number. I will. I'll get them. I'll get them to you guys, and I'll tell you which ones I like best, and you guys can tell me which ones you like best.
Why didn't you?
Whatever you do, don't type boy on internet because it sends you to literature, erotica. Boy is a bad word to search.
Chichu, why don't we just use best judgment? And I mean, honestly, I don't know if I feel like I need to see them. If you just narrow it down to 5, and then once that in your teacher, I mean, you're the teacher in the group, right?
Yeah, I could be
And then
doing that if you guys are good with it. But I'm also happy to share them if you want.
Are there books that, do we want to read them in a different language too, or do we want to just read them, have them read in English?
Right. Well, like Matthew said, though, it's really difficult unless the book has already been translated into another language. It's very not impossible, I suppose, but pretty difficult to accurately, translate.
Right. I mean, some books obviously are in more than one language. It's just that some of this material might not sort of have reached that sort of critical mass of audience, right? So, but that doesn't mean that in other cultures there are books in other cultures like this, the Swedish one. So other cultures have children's books. So if you wanted different languages, you can find books in other languages that are supportive of what we're doing. They just might not be in English too.
Right.
Oh.
That would probably make more sense than translating.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually finding something.
That may be.
That was from another culture.
Maybe if we can just ask, like if Christina's going to commit, or Isabel's going to commit, then just say yep, and then we can just get the books.
Right.
Okay.
How are we on our agenda?
Okay. So the next item is publicity and flags. Remember the idea of dropping of flags or sharing, and people will put them in their homes.
Right.
We were talking about, instead of the expensive signs, just flags that are inexpensive. They stay there for the month. And the last time we agreed that, or we suggested that it was better to stick to one flag versus having a lot of flags, because you're always gonna leave anybody out.
Yep. Yep.
Tina, going back to everybody, to the reading, wouldn't it make sense more than me to let Benny do it? Because it's Spanish, yes, but it's not something, I mean, if I don't do it, sometimes this is something that Benny will be more representative to read than me. Because I'm an ally, but she, again, can speak for herself.
But
Especially because we're sometimes not in this group, but sometimes pride focus more on homosexuality more than transgender kind of last. I don't know. Like if I had to pick an order, I will pick Benny before me.
Well, I think you can just ask her and see if she wants to do it. Yeah, you know.
I'm gonna put the list, okay, on the list.
Why are we putting Benny? What am I missing? Is
Yeah.
Benny's not gay, is she? No.
yeah,
Yeah, Benny is transgender, right?
Well, she's married to a man.
yeah. So I don't know if
Yeah.
she is. I don't know.
I think
I've met her husband. I think I met her husband at a couple of events now. So I don't know.
Okay.
But I met her husband, so.
Right.
Did you? Yeah.
I mean, I talked to her. I always thought, and with the transgender flag and everything.
Here we are having a funny discussion. Yeah. At the Pride.
So maybe so is she trans? Is that what we're saying?
Let's not assume anything.
Okay. All right.
Let's not assume anything.
All right. But people
Let's
are
not, I mean, unless
people
we
are
know
assuming
for a
things or
fact,
saying things that I didn't.
let's
Okay.
not assume
Okay.
things.
Gotcha. That's fine.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will
Okay.
say that I'm gay, so we can know that. Okay.
Me too. I'm gonna come right out. I'm gonna come right out and say
that.
that I'm gay as well.
All right. Good.
Yep. No
Then
no
it
question.
makes even more sense that you guys do it. I don't know.
No, but Peter's thinking about other cultures being represented as well. You know, languages and cultures and that sort of thing. So there's certainly nothing wrong with that. But Pina,
But at the same time, think of, well, maybe I assume with like, if I hear because of the way like society is of somebody that is a reverence and it's gay, that's powerful.
Right.
Because it's I mean, I'm in the Catholic Church that are completely in like 5 centuries ago, right? They're not.
Matthew, she goes to St. Joe's.
You know, so you all three need to like come to my church.
Oh yeah, Chi-Chi, I told you this.
You know, like it's totally cool. Okay, so.
I told Chi-Chi, yeah.
Yep.
We don't even want to talk about who Chi-Chi's partner is right now because that is so freaking funny.
But I'm not evangelizing. So, but no, I get what Isabel is saying. Is that it makes a statement.
Right. No, absolutely. But what I was going to say is maybe rather than having some of the books be in other languages, though, I could absolutely make sure that different cultures were represented in the books, you know, by the characters and whatever. So they'd be read in English, but still they would not be just, you know, all white children, you know?
Yeah.
All white characters.
Okay.
Hi, Nico.
Upstairs.
I think that
there's a kid's book about penguins, which is not about any color.
That's
except
right.
for penguins.
I saw that one. I did see that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I think that if we can do it I have concerns, right? Just so that we can reach out to diverse populations, but also that we don't want to be just English speaking and just an important topic. This is such an important topic in time that we're just not being closed to talk to the English speaking population, and just that we reach out to who else is in our community, and then we have Spanish speaking people, we have like Creole speaking people, and just let them, hearing these books, it's definitely different from what else we're seeing from the town on on these Facebook things and Zoom things. So I mean, that'll make us cooler.
You're right, but I'm thinking like, I mean, I don't know. Christina might not know, like if there's a LGBTQ themed kids book in Creole. I mean, maybe there is. Yeah, there probably is.
Yeah.
There's stuff and everything. But even if there's not, if she's just reading an English book, it's still making an impact. Right?
Yes.
So in some cases, it doesn't even matter what the language is per se. It's if we're showing that diverse people from lots of diverse backgrounds are sharing in whatever way works. That's great. So I mean, but there are certainly a lot of Spanish speakers around. So I mean, I think in Spanish, for sure, that shouldn't be any problem. To find some good books in Spanish, right?
Okay.
If there is one in Creole, great.
Yeah.
But if there's not, I don't think that's so essential in this case. Like, I mean, having Christina read would just be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry, I skipped back. Let's talk about the flags. Do we want to do that? And I mean, how are we gonna deliver them to whom? I mean,
what if we just had a pickup site? So what if we didn't? I mean, if we're not really worried about being paid back for them, right?
Right.
What if we just had them out and people said, if you want them, they're available, and we just decide on a good pickup site, and they're just available.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
What about if we did it at the same time, like on Pride? If we could raise the flag, people can get them that night.
Yep.
Sure. But that might not work for everybody, right? Like you don't want it to be like if they're only available then, but they should be, I would think having them available then is a good idea. But then, if there's some place where they could just be generally available, and maybe that's where maybe our town councilors might have some good ideas as far as that goes, for potential pickup sites.
Has anybody heard anything about the farmers market coming back?
no, but I'm sure it's canceled. I don't know.
But if it were happening, that would be a good place and time to distribute as well.
Yeah. And we certainly want to focus early in the month, so that people have them for the whole month, or as much as possible. I mean, we can still make them available, obviously, but the real push, at the beginning.
Right.
We could we ask other members, other members of the Human Rights Commission and others to sort of man the station at different days and times, have slots for that.
Probably.
Yeah.
And we can have the option of people, if they want to write us, we can drop it off. I mean, how many, isn't not 50,000 people asking for the flag. We can do a no contact delivery for a few people.
Right.
And so far as potential sites for delivery will be the flag raising.
Excuse me, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay.
How about outside of your church?
Yeah, that's a possibility, sure. Like during...
And again, I repeat myself, but I always like, when I see some like a religious group that is being an ally, it makes a huge impact, especially
right.
The way the Catholic Church keeps behaving, right? It's just preposterous. Like they are losing the last people they had
Right.
I mean, until Pina comes, this is just an anecdote. But I have my neighbors. They're super Catholic, right? She does CCD, but she's also very progressive in other things. She stopped going to St. Joe's because she just couldn't take it that it was in the bulletin board about 6 months ago. She was fed up with the abortion topic first, but the last thing was that they used the bulletin, the weekly bulletin, to basically bully gay people and telling them, written, that they're going to hell, them and the people supporting them. Herself being such a Catholic person, she didn't leave the church, but she went to St. Florence. She was like, I just can't take it, and I'm complaining about this because it's not right. That's what they do, and see, so if they're alienating somebody that does CCD, think about all the other ones that are not even committed.
Yeah.
They really have to think about it. And there's no priest too, we all know. I mean, because it's bad behavior, really. They're deaf.
I was just thinking of another place potentially, but I'm not sure if how the schools would feel about sort of the direct connection. But you know, when they give out meals, when they give out
That's
lunches.
exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it will be a no contact. We could leave a bin.
That's true, and people could just take them if they wanted. You know,
So in that way, we're not.
That's what I was thinking, was
we're not
just
promoting.
having a bin available.
Yeah.
You know, I suppose you'd have to pick them up at night, right? So that they're not just like stolen or vandalized, you know, so that people didn't, you know, take them and throw them in the garbage or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can't totally control it.
Yeah. I guess we would certainly, we would have to check with someone though, right? I mean, obviously.
Because, yeah.
I don't even know who that would be.
The emails for lunch come from who? From, let's see.
Well, I think you need to check with the superintendent probably. If it's happening on school property, that would be, you know.
Yeah, even regardless of where the food is coming from, it's still, yeah, that would make sense. Well, if we want to do that, I mean, I'd be more than happy to reach out to the superintendent.
Okay, and those happens on Wednesdays, right?
Yes.
Okay. Could it be the Wednesday before, or the Wednesday in June?
I think the a couple, yeah, like that last Wednesday in May and the first Wednesday in June. If as long as we're prepared, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, the last Wednesday is the 27th.
Yep.
And then it's June 3rd.
Yep. And depending, maybe even one more. I mean, you know.
Uh-huh.
How many flags do we want to get?
Excellent question.
A few hundred. You know, 200, something like that, maybe.
Okay.
Because we're not going to limit people to just one, right? I mean, if they want to get a couple, they can have a couple.
And what's the idea, that they put it in their lawn, in their house, or?
I think wherever, but the idea was that they could just stick in the lawn.
Yeah. Or, you know, sometimes in a potted plant.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been over?
Oh, do you have flags in your potted plants, Pina? Yeah. What was I going to say? I would have said more like 300 myself, but.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever.
Let's see how much they are. Whoops. How much they go for. Matthew, you're so fast, much faster than me. I can see
On
you.
what? On what?
I'm looking things up.
Yeah, not always. I didn't really know what ones we were going to buy though, so I didn't really research that.
Okay.
Are we sticking to the idea of doing only one flag?
Yes.
Yeah,
And possibly get the one with black? that includes transgender
I think
or?
it's called the progressive, something like that, the progressive pride flag, something like that. This might take more research than we're able to do tonight.
Okay.
But
I'm trying to be conscious of the time, so.
Can we get, wouldn't it be funny if we got a flag, one of these days, a flag with like the gay pride flag with the gazebo in the middle? Be like Wakefield.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That would be something.
I wonder if Deidre would do it for us again.
So there's a website called Flags Importer, flagsimporter.com. And so they have a 12 by 18 stick flag by 300 or above and pay only 85 cents each.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% sure how.
So the question is, how much money do we have? That seems to still, is that still a question? That
Yeah,
no one knows
I
the
think
answer to?
That's a Maria question now. And you may know, Isabel.
no. My only concern is that because we didn't spend the money and we had until I don't know when. This
July
is new
1st.
money, and I don't know if we're getting money this year because again they're gonna cut everything.
We have until July 1st. I can answer some of that. We have until July 1st to use everything that we had from last year's budget, the $1,000.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
So we need to know what the balance is and then figure out what we want to spend money on. Because if we're gonna buy children's books, I mean, it might be that people just donate them. That we just buy them, donate them. But
Honestly, the only place where we spent money was on Martin Luther King's. We didn't have any other big event. And
was
we
anything
didn't spend.
for
No,
International
like
Women's
International
Day?
Women's Day. Yes, that's true. But it wasn't like the whole budget. It was some stickers and kits and this big, it wasn't.
Goes fast.
We can find out. I can reach out to Maria and ask. We also have to spend that fund that exists but doesn't exist.
Right. And that's not much. Oh, wait a second. I found something old. So there is $645 left in our town budget. This is from Rich's response. We have money.
yeah, so we can certainly buy 300 flags. I mean, that's $300.
It's $255.
So we have
400 flags.
Oh, he said you know what? He referred us to flagimporter.com as well, that Chi-Chi mentioned. How many times have you looked this up, Chi-Chi? You're known for this, and Rich's.
Oh, I thought Rich looked it up. Okay.
No, so he credited you.
Oh, good. Okay, very good.
So there's 600.
Well, they're still there.
And there's $645 left in the town budget, and we are cleared by Steve Mayo to use it as of now. Unused funds do not carry over.
So we could certainly use that to buy another regular flag too.
Yeah.
And maybe if, obviously if Frankie's, a no-show, whatever, we should look into what would be the best flag then to buy, like a real flag.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's all that's in here. 300 wins.
I'm sorry. What were you just saying about buying the books? because so we want to buy the books, don't we, so that we can then raffle them off, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I was saying if we didn't have enough money, we, probably if
Okay.
they're only $10 each,
Yeah.
people would just buy them themselves and donate them.
Right.
It's not a big deal. But if we have the money, we might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well use the funds to do it.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. And I think the like all of a sudden things are connecting in my head, but that somebody said at the last meeting that any money that we don't use or we don't see ourselves using, that we can actually go to like buy stickers or anything that we don't use, like things to that our Wakefield stickers, compassion caring or something like that.
I mean, then I think another thing to do would be to maybe think about having another order of the Hate Has No Home Here lawn signs as well. So however much those cost, to order a bunch of those so that there's a supply.
Yeah. We can talk about that at the next meeting and how we want to do that, because that doesn't have to come from our subcommittee.
Right, but it has to be done pretty soon in terms of the expenditure. So we'd have to figure out how much we want to spend on Pride materials, and then what we might use the rest of the funds for. I don't think we want to blow it all on Pride. There might be other good uses too.
From here to July?
Well, if we
July
were
first.
the sign, the Hate Has No Home Here signs, or the Human Rights Commission stickers, or whatever people were talking about, getting some smaller stickers made. People were saying that sometimes the stickers are a little big. So yeah, anyway, whatever.
Okay.
Is there, one of the things I forgot that we said that we would do is, this grosses me up, but putting things in the Wakefield item too. So whatever we do on social media, we should make sure that gets on our, on the website.
Okay.
And goes to like the daily item, so they can screw it up. And so that, I mean, that there's a way, like if somebody is, I guess, reading a book, maybe we can save that or somehow. Well, I guess that all comes together.
What we should do is we should do an overall press release, right? So we say that this is what these, so at the beginning of June or the end of May, to say, this is how the Human Rights Commission is observing Pride, and sort of give a rundown of the various things that are happening, not with every kind of detail, but to say, on Mondays on the Facebook site, we'll have children's books and the flag raising and flags available and whatever. I think that would be a helpful thing. And then if you want to have follow-up things, in the community calendar or something, you can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we could potentially highlight each week's reader and the story and the story that they read.
Yeah. Here's the book. This is what it's about.
Exactly, and a little bit about the reader, potentially, or at least who read it or whatever. Yeah, a picture. I don't know.
I maybe wouldn't do it every week. I think that's a lot, and I think that there's a lot of grouches in town, and I think you don't want to fan the flames of grouchiness. I think it's okay to say you're doing it. And I think it's okay to occasionally have something, but I think every week to say, well, we're having another reader and whatever, I think people get weird then.
Oh, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a mood.
I know, but you know what I mean?
I know. That's okay. Can I be that person this time that responds again?
Yeah.
I say dump it on Rich. It's his last couple weeks. He's supposed to be off the commission, and blame Rich.
Right. So I want to be mindful of the time because it's 8:45. So
the last item in the agenda We just were talking about publicity and flags. That was it. And then as far as, let's see what it needs to be done, okay? So I didn't do an action list per se. I just did the list, but anyway. So did we make a decision in the grant money? Wait or go ahead?
I think wait. My vote
Wait.
would be to wait.
Okay.
Yep.
To who
Wait.
do we have to, who's gonna reach out to Carol?
I think we have to talk about as a committee. And
Yeah,
we have
but-
to bring it to our, from our subcommittee, bring it to,
Okay, so this has to be, okay. Okay. Good, okay. The flag, I'm gonna fill out the application when Pina send it. I already
I
wrote.
sent it. I think I
perfect.
sent it to you, Isabel.
Okay, I reached out to Frankie, he didn't answer. I'll try today or tomorrow to give him a call. And if he's not answering, it's because he doesn't have the stuff. There's no point on reminding him. Pina already tried 3 times, right? So this is like kind of like a 4th. There's no reason.
Yeah.
And then like I will find out about the specification, size, and I'm also going to reach out to Maria and Mayreen to tell them that we want this item in the agenda. And because it doesn't hurt, we're going to find out if it could be done in town hall to see what they say.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds
Calendar of events. So we had advertised other events like the Toronto Pride, put daily bits and pieces of the history and what happened, maybe movies, recommendations to.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
We're gonna have the reading of books on Mondays. We're gonna raffle the books at the end of the week. That's gonna be what was it? Kids Corner. Monday's Kids Corner. Wednesday it was Wednesday Wisdom. We have to find that appropriate quotes to do that.
5 minutes.
And Christina is going to make the selection of the books, most likely. She can share, but you are the person in charge.
Okay.
Do you want to be the person buying the books too?
Sure. I was going to ask about that. I mean, and also how do we go about like purchasing the flags? Would I do that?
It's usually reimbursement.
Okay, great. Well, I'd be happy to do that as well.
Okay, I write down that. And then as far as the flags, we kind of agree that 300 was a good number. That's going to put us in about $250.
Yep.
For 300 flags. As far as places, we talk about utilizing Wednesdays, the launch day, your church.
Mm-hmm.
Did we talk about any other place? The flag raising day. So we talk about 3 potential places, right?
Yep.
And
And also the option of doing some delivery if people really want the flag at their doorstep.
And what about town hall?
I think we should ask,
Gosh.
right?
Yeah.
We should ask.
Gosh, Nikki. What?
And then if by the time places like the farmer markets
Styrofoam.
are open,
was
like
covered
we
in
don't know
felt.
what's gonna happen
went to
from now
Michael's for it.
to June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's
That
good.
any outdoor activity with a sign of
You want
life,
it?
it's possible, but I mean that's a wait and see, right?
Yep.
It could be totally fine. It could be that we don't know. Nobody knows. That's the sad part. And then that's all what we said. We talk about the private life of a lot of people.
Do you,
I
do
don't
you want
remember
me
any
to,
of that. I don't recall any of that.
yeah. Do you want me to do anything, Isabel? I mean, I'm not doing anything. Do you want me to like draft up the calendar or do something? Or
Yeah.
wait?
I know, but who's gonna draft the quotes? and the info we want to say, because the books are taken care, but taking those bits and pieces of info takes time. So if you guys want to divide that,
Okay.
because
I think that's too hard to just assign right at this moment. You know, I think we
Yeah.
just have to think about it a little more, like,
Yeah.
how will that work?
Okay.
When's our next meeting?
we can set a date. Right now is May 7th. Do we have human rights next week?
No.
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 Let me see. Let me check.
The
Where
20th?
Yeah, because it was first. It was the next meeting will be the 19th.
Well, you will
Uh,
get information. You're going to get a lot of information in
yeah,
the next few days.
yeah. Let's see. Because what we're like whatever they say on Monday, that's going to dictate a lot of our public stance, because all the other stuff is up to us. It's Facebook and flags and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the raising of the flag, it's kind of their decision. Like, so
Okay.
when do you think I will have to find that information? You know what Chichi or Pina can do? Like find out about the reimbursement for Chichi if she wants to go ahead and buy it. Do we need permission from Maria and the other people to vote for that?
No, just I think Maria, because we've
Because
already talked about it. I think Maria
so
needs to know.
especially if we're handing out things potentially on the 27th. I mean, they could arrive, but mail is slow nowadays. You know, it's not priority for this
Right.
some stuff. So I mean, I don't know if the people doing the flags are in their offices. They're like everybody, just trying to survive.
Right. So
So
we
we have
definitely
to order things ahead.
we want to pursue that as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think just like run things by Maria so she's in the know, and then just so that, and then see
Because
what
we're
she has
talking,
to say about how to
yeah.
spend the money and then how
So
things are going with that.
let's say the flags are 250, and let's say the flag is, I don't think it's that much, but let's say it's 100.
Yeah,
Okay, because if it's a specific and a special size and whatever. So we're talking about 350. So let's ask Maria if we have
yeah,
the money, because waiting until the 19th, it's always more expensive. We have to pay for expedited shipping, and you know how it is right now.
yeah. So maybe next week
And
we'll
then
touch base
when
quick.
do we want to decide if we want to ask people like Anne or Ed if they want to read?
And then we can tease out a plan. I think some of the stuff we have to tease out too about what we want to do. So can we touch base next week, the end of next week?
You like Thursdays?
Yeah, I can't next Thursday. Is next Thursday the 14th?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Or if there's another night, yeah.
actually, sometimes Tuesdays is fine. Tuesdays or Wednesdays are sometimes fine. I think next week, Tuesday or Wednesday is better for me than Thursday. So
Okay. I can do Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, me too.
okay, well, why don't we say Wednesday?
Okay,
So I will ask for again for another link. And then we will have more info, right? What is the next Wednesday? It's
The 13th.
next Wednesday we're
13th.
meeting. Yeah,
At 7?
Sure.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can't wait for our next meeting. Oh, chair.
Okay. That sounds good.
All right.
Great.
Okay. Just informally, I love seeing your food pictures. It's amazing. It's a talent.
Okay.
I can't wait for you the next, when there's a meeting that you can just cook for us. You know? Matthew,
Are you?
Yeah,
You
he's
think
not really.
so? You think that's gonna happen?
I wish.
Oh, you're not? I was wishing to get
Well, we'll
some
see.
pastry.
We'll see. One more.
Just not the food, it's the way you put the table.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's just not fair. Like it's delicious.
Well, I'm glad you like.
I do.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right,
okay.
folks. We'll see you next week.
Okay. Good night.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye
Bye.
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 Bye.